Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Laura Kövesi, head of the European Public Prosecutor's Office, is in Greece for a two-day visit. Her visit coincides with a parliamentary vote on lifting the immunity of several lawmakers linked to the OPEC case, as well as broader scrutiny of cases handled by European prosecutors. Kövesi met with Justice Minister Yorgos Floridis just hours before the parliamentary vote and focused on institutional cooperation. Officials say certain judicial matters would not be discussed as they fall outside government authority. She is also due to speak at the Delphi Economic Forum, where she is expected to address criticism of the European Public Prosecutor's Office and provide clarification on its work in Greece. Authorities have already moved to strengthen prosecutorial capacity by adding 3 more national prosecutors to support ongoing investigation. Kövesi's visit comes as she approaches her final months of her term with a focus on reinforcing confidence in the institution and its operations. Greece's parliament is holding a key vote today on whether to lift the immunity of 13 members of the ruling party in connection with the legal cases linked to agricultural subsidy payments in 2021. The vote will take place during a plenary session with a roll call electronic process scheduled around midday. Results are expected later in the afternoon. The cases stem from 2 separate files submitted to Parliament, including one from the European Public Prosecutor's Office concerning payments made through OPEC. Most of the lawmakers are under investigation for alleged actions against the financial interests of the European Union at a misdemeanor level, while 2 cases involve felony-level allegations. 2 additional MPs are linked to a separate case involving possible incitement to breach of duty. The Parliamentary Ethics Committee has unanimously recommended lifting immunity in all cases. The MPs involved have also requested that their immunity be lifted to allow the investigations to proceed. Investigations continue into the death of 19-year-old Myrto Kefalonia, with new testimonies and evidence focusing on her contacts in the hours before her collapse. Authorities are examining the role of the 66-year-old man who was in communication with the victim that night and transferred 220 euros to her through an instant payment system. He told investigators the young woman said she had nowhere to stay and needed help. According to his account, a 23-year-old suspect contacted him shortly after Myrto collapsed, saying she had been taken to hospital and mentioning drug use. The man also reported multiple follow-up calls until the next morning, when the suspect told the man Myrto had died. Investigators are reviewing inconsistencies in testimonies, including the omission of the 66-year-old man from the suspect's initial statement. The 23-year-old, speaking from custody, denied all allegations and said he had known the victim for over a year. He also denied involvement in any criminal activity. Authorities are analyzing phone data, financial transactions, and surveillance material from the property where the incident took place. Testimony from an 18-year-old woman who is also in a nearby room is also expected. Police in Crete are continuing their search for 43-year-old Eleftheria Giacoumaki, who was reported missing on April 19th. The mother of 3 was last seen in a village in Heraklion after leaving her home in her car. According to reports, she told a friend she would return shortly, but did not come back. Authorities say she also sent a message to her son saying she would call him later. That call was never made. The investigation has taken a turn following the death of her 40-year-old former partner, who had been questioned as a key witness. Reports indicate he died from suicide by a shot to the head with a hunting rifle. His death has raised concerns among the woman's relatives, who now fear she may have been harmed. Family members say the couple had been in a relationship for about a year before separating. Her brother has questioned the circumstances surrounding the case, pointing to the former partner's actions. Police are examining all possible scenarios as the search continues. A fine imposed on street musicians in Thessaloniki has been withdrawn following public reaction, raising questions over regulations on public performances. Municipal police issued a €300 fine on Sunday to members of a band performing along the city's waterfront near the White Tower. According to musicians, officers ordered them to stop and issued the fine without prior warning. The performers said they were unaware of any restrictions on amplified music, noting that street performances are common in the area. City officials later clarified that street musicians are allowed to perform outside designated quiet hours, but the use of sound amplification equipment is restricted, particularly in busy areas where noise complaints have been reported. Authorities also stated that the regulation applies to all noise disturbances from sound systems, not specifically to musicians. Following the backlash, officials confirmed the fine would be withdrawn and advised the musician to file an appeal. In the past month, around 10 similar fines have been issued for the use of sound equipment in public spaces. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.